Welcome back, everyone, to another wonderful week here on Pokepong. I hope you've all been doing well. I, for one, am very glad to be back, and we're going to get straight into it. You'll immediately notice behind me this awesome logo that Razzle helped me design. This is the official logo of R&D, and I'm going to be putting that shit everywhere. Got one on this wall, one on that wall. These are going to be at the racetrack that is in construction. Should be done this week. I'm not making that. Someone else is. But let's talk about the plan for today. So, last week, I finished my new fuel setup. Let's go ahead and backstep on over there. New fuel setup. You can see it chugging away, doing its job. But it is not fully complete. As I mentioned last time, our byproduct here, well, doesn't exist yet. We aren't making the byproduct. And so that's what we need to do today. I need a tree farm to feed the carbon fiber strands. Okay, actually, I changed my mind. Before I get to the tree farm, I want to finally put the Enderic Lasers up where they're supposed to be. Because earlier, here, I'll go ahead and show this now. Earlier, I was decorating the control room a bit. Just, you know, getting started on the actual decorations up here. And I really want to just work on the lobby for the start of this episode. So, tree farm will come later, lobby right now. Here they are, both on this side and on that side. And they watch. Always. Yeah, this took me kind of a ridiculous amount of time to do. I'm going to show you guys what's going on back here. So, we got 24 Enderic Lasers. Each laser has 3 add-ons on the back of it that allow me to do all of the control, like, behind the wall. Right? So I got item extraction, I got power, and I have, like redstone toggling, right? So with all the stuff over there, I can toggle the lasers on and off so that they don't draw power when they're not needed. I've got all of the items being routed over here to this packager where they just drop straight down to the warehouse. I didn't bother with the frog ports or warp plates or anything for this because it was just easier to do it this way. Also, I had a kind of fun little problem just now. The Enderic Lasers use up so much power that it was like starving the rest of the facility of power. And what I realized is that while these cables have a max like current of 10,000 RF per tick, the batteries here only have a max output of 5,000 RF per tick. So I just doubled up the batteries and put them in parallel here. So I now actually have the full 10,000 coming out here. I'm probably still gonna have power issues in the near future, so we'll deal with that when it comes up. But for now, I need to get the targets set on all of the lasers. Dude, this looks insane. Look at all the lasers. Whoops. It's just so cool. I don't know what to say. This does have the slight problem that I mentioned before, that it draws so much power when these are on that the rest of the facility completely shuts down. Luckily, You see they just turned off there. I've got them set to automatically turn off when this threshold is reached. And the only thing using the fluxite is the fuel generation. So whenever an order, you know, is made for the fuel, the lasers just turn on for like a minute, which is not long enough to cause problems. All right, next up, tree farm. For real this time. Gonna put it on this wall behind me, right across from the Soul Energy Division. We got this nice big space to work with here. And I intend to use it. We're gonna go with a 2x2 spruce farm, because from my testing, those trees have the highest density of wood, like on average per tree. So that's what we're gonna do. So I went off to the creative world and I did an unnecessary amount of testing, in which I learned that I only am gonna need a single spruce tree farm, like one tree, to supply my fuel needs. But that's not the razzle-dazzle way. So I built this giant room. It goes up and down. When I was making it, I had this cool, like, 2-level design where the trees will, like, come up through the catwalks here. And we've got, what is that, 12 trees down there. Nope, 15, I miscounted. We got 15 trees down there. And the eagle-eyed among you may notice that they are not centered on the floor. That is actually intentional. Basically, the way that giant spruce trees grow is really weird. And their, like, clearance box that they check is based on the northwest corner. So you can see my little, like, gizmo in the middle of the screen here. The corner of the gizmo is the northwest corner. So this sapling here. So basically the saplings are further away from the catwalk on this side of the room than they are on this side, just because of how the spacing works. So next step is I gotta get this room decorated and functional. In the opposite order, I suppose. Functional and decorated. We'll see. I hate frog lights. Frogs, great. Fantastic addition to the game. Frog lights, also good. But the way you get them is the worst goddamn piece of game design I have ever seen in my entire life. Why? Why is it so much work to get 3, like, mid blocks? It's ridiculous. So if it wasn't obvious, that's what I've been doing. These are a variant of frog lights from Chipped. And I've been putting off getting these, and lighting up the tree farm was the kick that I needed to finally just get it done. And you can see we've got trees growing already. I put the lights in and they started sprouting up. I also have replaced the floor lights in the lobby with these frog lights. This was the original plan, but I was just using the other ones temporarily. I also need to put some of these up on the ceiling, because it is quite dark up there, and I get mobs spawning on top of the lasers, which is pretty annoying. And here we have it. Tree farm is functional. Got this little gantry carriage going back and forth. And pretty simple mechanism here. Items get unloaded in this pipe here. Got this little link switch in the direction. And then up here, the items just go into this vault and out the packager, as usual. Oh, and there we go. A perfect demonstration tree. So you can see up top, the items are getting put in. And off they go. So, next up, I want to undo a little bit that has been done previously. So, I want to follow the example of this room with the crushing wheel, where I have, like, a room dedicated to a process rather than to a material. And what I want to do is I want to get rid of the quartz room, the iron room, and the gold room, because all three of them can be replaced with just a fan room. You can see the quartz is literally just 2 fans, and the iron and gold is a crushing wheel, which we already have, and a fan. So what I'd like to do is have a big room, and I'm going to put it right here, that has all of the different types of fan processing. And in this mod pack, there are 6 of them, excluding coloring, because I'm not doing that. We have blasting, haunting, smoking, washing, freezing, and ending. The reason I am leaving out the bulk coloring is because I would need 16 fans, 1 for each color, and I really would not use these very often, if ever, so I'm just not gonna bother with these. And if I really need them at some point, I can, you know, I can do some expansions. Alright, starting out here at the gauge board, because some things have changed. You can see here that I have added soul sand and red sand, and the iron and gold ingots have been replaced with nuggets, and also moved to reflect the new crafting order. So, if we head on down the hallway here, we can check out the new room with the frog on his throne at the end there. I've gone with a very different layout for this room, because we've got 6 of these big fan belts running in parallel. I decided to split the room in half and have a dedicated frog for each belt. So you got the door in the middle, and you can just walk down this big long room and see the items getting processed on either end. And then to get the items out, I just extended the chain into the room and put the frog down at the end here. I've gone ahead and repurposed what used to be the quartz room into a little compacting room here. Right now, this is just being used for the iron and gold, turning nuggets into ingots. But I've included 4 presses here, just for... Oh, here we go. Some iron right there. I've included 4 presses just to future-proof for, you know, if I eventually have more stuff coming through here. I also went ahead and added the logs into the fan room here. So logs will be sent in and turned into charcoal here. And then the charcoal gets sent over to the crusher and turned into coal dust. And the final step in the process is I need to make a centrifuge room to turn the coal dust into carbon fiber strands. But that is going to happen next episode, because I want to do a big expansion project. I want to make... So, this whole floor I'm referring to as RD1, for Razzle Dazzle Floor 1. I want to make RD2, where this wall is, at the end of this hallway, I want to make a staircase down, and then have another hallway going back the other way. And that hallway will be general production using Oritech machines, right? So RD1 has been all create machines. RD2 is going to be all Oritech stuff. So I logged on Wednesday, and I was immediately greeted by Dorpong and Scrub, who wanted me to build a little command block system for the racetrack here. I've already done it off camera, and now I'm going to show you what I've done. So, first thing, here's the racetrack. It's literally just a Mario Kart track, but built in Minecraft. And in the little, like, garage here is where all the command block stuff is. So, you can come over here, and you hit ready, and you can see the little laps scoreboard showed up on the right side of the screen there. And then the racers can come over here and hit join race, and it'll put them on the scoreboard. And then once everyone gets their cars lined up, whoever is administering the race comes and hits start race, and everyone who is participating will see this. And then the door opens up, and the race has begun. And then once the racers pass through the gate of the garage here, their lap count will increase by 1. And then they go around again, and once they make it through the door, lap count increases again. And it'll just keep on increasing every time you go around. And then once the race is over, you can either hit reset laps if you want to do like another race with all the same players. You know, new people can join, people can leave, whatever. And then once you are once you're done, you just hit end race. It clears everything out, closes the door, and it's all reset. Hopefully, soon, we will actually be doing a race event. So you guys will definitely see that when it happens. So during that last clip, I noticed that we didn't have any way to actually control the door here, other than just like starting and ending the race. So we went ahead and added in these open and close door buttons. So now you can just hit this one to close the door, hit this one to open the door, and you just got lots of options. And that is gonna do it for today's episode. As always, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. I really hope you are enjoying the series. Don't forget to like, leave a comment. I love reading the comments, so please keep being funny down there. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next week. Bye!